That's pretty cool. cool. That's nice. That's so nice. Cool. What the fuck? I know where that is. How the heck did that damn car flip over? That is crazy. What the heck? The whole car is upside down. What the heck? Oh shit, they shared the license plate. Oh shit. Booked. Hey, Lucky. Hey, Goodman, how you doing, bro? No problem, man. Thanks, I appreciate it. 30 tomorrow. Tomorrow 4:30. Hey Maria. I'm doing good. How are you? You have a question? Sure, ask away. Hey Maria, I'm doing good. How are you? All right, so what I'm getting here with this older couple is they're very worried about what's going on. And it looks like from speaking to these people earlier, like the higher ups, they're going to do something about it. But it looks like it looks like the guy, like I think I told you this last time, but the man is they're gonna try and get rid of the man. And then once they get rid of him or deal with him, it's gonna make the woman not do anything either. But they already have heard other things about him, and they're trying to like discontinue his ass and like get rid of him because apparently he must have been like arguing with someone as well and maybe reported his ass or something. But I don't get nothing bad here. But the outcome is going to be good for you because you got the sun card there at the very end. And that just says that the outcome with these people are going to be in your favor. So they're worried right now and they're feeling not happy right now about what's going on because apparently they've been spoken to or they've been dealt with or like they kind of know what's going to happen to them type of thing. Like they know something's coming. But I feel like the guy's going to get the blunt of like of the actual the change that's coming towards him and like with how they're gonna deal with him. So I do get the guy like reversed here. So it looks like he's the biggest problem. He's running the show between both of them, and maybe like the woman just tags along and does whatever he wants. But they. I don't get nothing good on these people. Like they're not doing anything good, and the outcome for you is gonna be you being happy about how the outcome comes out. So at the end of the day, I would say just wait and see how it all pans out. But I would say that the guy's gonna get like burnt for something, and he's gonna feel like the wrath of the bosses and everything else. And like I said, I see you being happy at the end of the day that this is gonna happen. So right now, I feel like they're worried, and I feel like things are not gonna be very happy for them in the next couple days or coming next week or this month at some point in time. Yeah. So it looks like people are complaining about him, and they're probably going to do something about it now because you've come to them and the other people have complained about him. So people are like, annoyed with him, especially him. I don't even see the woman show up, to be honest, but it's more him. He's the problem. So it looks like they're gonna like, get to him and deal with him, and you're gonna be happy at the end. So I would say just give it a little time. Now that you've made, your statement, you know, yeah, I know. So that's why they're gonna do something about it. It's coming. It's gonna make you happy with the outcome. So I would say just like, sometimes it takes a lot of people to complain about one person so they can go. You know. Let me tell you, back in the day when I used to be on here, sometimes people would like message me and be like, "Oh, can you get rid of that girl, man? She's so annoying." But nobody really says anything to me no more. They just deal with whatever's in here. Well, I don't have like a big problem in here like I used to. But people used to message me and be like, "Do we have to deal with this person?" I'm like, "Well, I can't get rid of them. It's cool." Yeah. Well, I think they already know that that guy is a problem because he shows up in the cards as a big problem, and he might even discontinue being there. Like he might even like he might quit or he might get fired himself because people are not going to tolerate him. So I would say just wait and see, Maria, and see how it goes. But as far as I can see, you're going to be happy with the outcome. So I would say just like see what they're you've already put your word in, and a lot of other people have complained about him too. So I don't get nothing good on that guy. Yeah, I mean the best thing to do is just ignore him and do your job at the best you can. So there's nothing to be said about you, you know. Because if somebody complained about you, then he would have said something to you, right? He would have said, "Hey, well, you know what? You're coming to complain about this guy, but people complain about you too. So it must be your fault too." So if he didn't tell you that, then obviously you're in the clear, you know. But if people are complaining about him, then he's fucked. So I feel like you'll be happy with the outcome soon. I would say just try not to worry about it too much and just keep doing your thing. When you have work problems, sometimes the best thing to do is to show that person that they're not affecting you, and you're doing your job and you're the best at what you do. Sometimes that's like, you know, the best thing you can do is just don't let people like try and ruin your life and your job. As long as you do what you got to do, and there's cameras everywhere, they can't get you because the cameras will prove everything. You know? Yeah, exactly. See, yeah, yeah. And that's the thing when you work with public and you work with other people that aggravate you. My suggestion to everybody is always do your job. Because if you're doing your job, what the fuck they gonna say? Nothing. You can't, because I'm doing my job. You know what I mean? And that's all that matters. If you do what you're told and you do what your job is, then how is somebody gonna like get to you? How is somebody gonna really prove you're something you're not? They can't. So they fuck themselves, pretty much. That's what I used to do back when I used to work for people back then. I used to do my job to the best of my ability, and they would get so mad. They were like, "This guy does everything. We can't even get him, and you won't get me." And then, hey Tanya, how you doing? A lot of OT. That's good. Keep busy. Get it done. So Maria, I would say just wait till it all pans up, and just like let them do their job. While they're doing their job, you know what I'm saying? While they're now that you've said something, let them do their part, and then you keep doing your job to the best you can. You know, they can kiss your ass. You're welcome, sweetheart. No problem. All right, Maria, pain in the ass. You're next. Oh, cool, Tanya. That's nice. Did people actually come see the house? Like, when it was an open house? Did they actually come and see it? Ready for the city slickers. Yes, when it was open house before, yes, we had 7 groups. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. That's good. So if you had 2 amazing dates with Walter, what you want from me then? Why you just why you just didn't say, okay, I had a good date with my man, I'm gonna sleep. Why you wanna come in here and aggravate me more? Funny about you, woman, you worry too much about every little detail in your life. I tell you already, you can't be perfect, woman. There's no such perfect thing. I speak to her myself every day with Maria. I tell Maria, look, don't worry about this. That. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna ask you anyway. All right. So in the next like 3 to 4 days, um, I would say you might hear of some good news in general. With your life, like your desires will be realized. If you put in the results, you'll get them. I feel like any ideas you have together, you guys will try and make it happen. Maybe this is like to do with like the holiday coming up. So, but I do get like Walter is sad about a few things, and he's kind of annoyed like with a man or somebody around him that's aggravating him. Could be a friend of his, or could be some like shit that goes on with him and some other guy that he's dealing with. Because I know you said something about he went on a hunting trip, so I guess that's why But how does he know if you butt dialed somebody? Did he see you do it? I swear, woman. Well, of course he's gonna try hard because people are like that. They see how happy you are and they want to ruin your happiness so they can get you to be the happy one. Well, well, there you go. So if it was just that, then why would he get mad if you butt dialed somebody? You shouldn't be sitting on your phone anyway. Butthead. Oh, good lord. What am I gonna do? Well, there you go. There you go. But in the next couple of days, obviously because he's hunting, you probably won't see him. But you're gonna get good news about other things. All right. So if you're waiting for news about something like work related or like life related, you'll get that. It looks like you might be spending time with your kids over the weekend and reflecting on things and like making memories and things like that. Now, he thought that maybe you were talking to your mom. That's what he thought. He didn't think you were talking to a guy. He thought you were talking to your mom. So I asked I asked if he thinks you were talking to somebody and a woman shows up and it's a mother. So he thinks that you were talking to your mom. That's what he thinks. Because obviously that's who you're gonna talk to because she's dealing with the kids while you're taking D and laying on your back. So I can understand why he thinks that. Yeah, it could be money or life things. So yeah, he thinks you were talking to your mom, if anything. Or you were calling your mom. But you didn't want to tell him that you were talking to your mom. But in the next couple of days, it says that you'll hear about some good news or something like that. You're welcome, Maria. You have nothing to worry about as usual. But of course, worry freak. As long as I'm glad you had two nice dates and you got some D. That's good. Hopefully that calms you down. I don't know. The only way Jeff can cause drama is if you give him the time of day. That's it. Well, well, he wants to start trouble. See, maybe that's probably why I got what I got. People like that, you just keep ignoring them. Let them talk to themselves. That's all you gotta do. People like that can only be a problem if you allow them into your life. So if you don't allow him in your life, then it won't be a problem. That's my advice to you about Jeff is to not entertain him at all. And if he starts to get irritating, just say, "Hey, look, I don't appreciate you talking to me, right? Because it's gonna cause problems between me and my boyfriend. And if you cause problems between us, then I'll never speak to you ever again. So just stop speaking to me. Only speak to me about fucking work shit and leave me alone. You people can't be scared to tell people to fuck off and leave you alone. We can do it in a nice way. Like how I said, look, I don't appreciate you keep talking to me all day. If you ain't got nothing to talk about work wise, then don't talk to me at all. Cause My boyfriend is gonna get ideas, and you shouldn't be talking to me. That's all. Oh yeah, good. See, you just let them get in trouble. See, you didn't even have to do anything. They got in trouble on their own. See, sometimes you just gotta sit back and watch everybody dig their own hole. You know, that's how it goes. I tell people all the time. People think I'm joking. That's what you gotta do. Just sit back and watch people fuck their life up, and just say, "There, oh, well, I knew it was coming. Not my problem. Long as you stay out of it, and that all that matters." The loser returns. Hey, Mystical, how you doing? So that's all you gotta do, Maria. You just watch them all hate and fall, and that's all you can do, really. It don't make sense dealing with them or even worrying about them or even like, being happy that they get in trouble. Just like, be like, oh, well, not my problem. You know? That's how you should act. It's like, yeah, not my problem. Ain't nothing to do with me. See, by them getting in trouble, it makes you look like your story sticks. And it's true. See what I'm saying? You're fantastic. That's good. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm tired, but I'm okay. I'm tired, but all right. I did a lot of I did a lot of work today, so not a lot, but I did a good bit. So I'm kind of like ready for my bed. But I'm all right. It's Friday night, so guess I'll hang for a minute. I went to work today, and I swear, some people, man, they just don't know. You know, it was pretty funny, like how people are. Like it's like they know, but they don't know, and then they act like they don't know. And then some people just talk like to make themselves sound great. It's pretty funny. Yeah, it is. Yeah, 12:13 a.m. Yeah, but like I went to a job today, and then I walked in the door, and there was a guy there that has his own business. I don't really, I mean, we're cool, but like, I don't really. We speak, but he's not like my favorite person, right? But one thing, he always speaks to me, and I speak like, I try to keep the peace with everybody, to a certain point. But so he was there like talking to my client about this leak and everything, and blah blah blah. And then he looks at me, and goes, "Oh, hey, Mark, how you doing? I haven't seen you forever." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, everything's good." He goes, "Oh, you're here to do stuff upstairs?" I'm like, "No, I'm here to do stuff here." He goes, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, I work for, this man right here." And I said, I came to do some painting today. And he's like, "Oh, oh, okay." He was like, shocked to think that I work for this guy, right? And I'm like, "Little do you know, I've been working for this guy for like 15 years." Like, so you act like you don't know, but you know. but you're just playing dumb. So I can't stand when people do that. Like they know that I work for this guy, obviously, you know. Like you know. Come on, man. So like he acted like he didn't. So right then and there, I was turned off by his energy and by his like, acting like you don't know. So I was kind of irritated right off the bat. So then I went inside the room. Then the owner of the house came to me. She's a nice lady. She's really cool. She's friendly, and her dog was like howling at me and stuff. And I was like, no, it's okay, girl, And then I was petting the dog, and then I was painting the wall and stuff. And then she went leaned on the wall, and her hands got all wet. I was like, oh, I just painted that. She goes, oh shit, I'm so sorry. I said, it's okay. I said, you're the one who's got paint on your hand, not me. And then like after that, um, I was finished what I had to do, and I came out the main door, and there's my client and this guy that I don't like, and then there was a plumber there, and then I went to talk to my client, and everybody's looking in the ceiling, and it's like the ceiling, there's like a pipe there, and it's leaking. And it was funny. I was like, well, if that's upstairs and it's leaking down here, it might not be the pipe, it might be the toilet. Like, because the toilet has running water through it, right? Not the sink. And if nobody's taking a bath, then it's not that either. It's got to be the toilet because the toilet holds water 24/7, right? So he was like, yeah, but rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't got no time to deal with this guy. I'm not a plumber, but I have common sense. So anyway, um, I was like, whatever, like, and then he says, oh, and then I said, why don't you look in the closet, right? Because if you're saying the pipes here and the sink's over here and the toilet's over there because you went up there, I said, well, go in the closet because then you'll see, like, if the leak starts there and drags this way at a pitch. And I said, it might be a manhole there too. So this idiot didn't even check. So then he opens up the closet door and there's drips coming from the light. And I said, well, there's your answer, bro. The leak is there and dragging this way. So it's got to be the toilet. So then I said, all right, guys, I have to go. I'm done my job. You guys have fun fixing that leak. And then the plumber came. So I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm done my job. So I told my client, I said, yeah, I'm going. He's like, all right, I'll call you later. I was like, all right, cool. So about 6 o'clock tonight, he calls me. He's like, hey, Mark, I'm sorry that I didn't get to talk to you that much, but yeah, the leak's fixed, and it was the toilet, like you said, the O-ring in the toilet was completely gone, and it's never been changed. So the plumber changed the O-ring, put the toilet back, and everything's fine. He goes, so you were right, and I was like, yep. It's like common sense. I don't have to be a plumber because the only thing in your bathroom that has water in it 24/7 is the tank of your toilet. Duh. And this moron's got a flashlight, and they're like, oh, it could be coming from here, and it could be coming from here. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. And you had to call a plumber, bro. And I'm like, this guy's on his own for years now, and you still don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. I was like, yeah, you guys have fun. But my client called me just to tell me that I was right. And I was like, well, I felt like saying, you're kind of dumb too. Because, like, you guys don't know that in every bathroom that I know in the world, the only thing in there, a sink doesn't hold water all day. It's the water goes through the drain. It's gone. There's no tank except for unless somebody put water in the bathtub and left it there, which I highly doubt. And no one was taking a shower at the time. So in order for it to keep leaking, it's got to be the tank. And then when the water goes down in the tank of the toilet, it comes back up because the pressure blows it back up. So you're going to constantly have a leak. Oh boy. And he must have felt like so cheap afterwards. He must have been like, fucking Mark, that bastard. He came here. He did his job. He left. He said it was the toilet, and it was the toilet. That fucker. And that's why I'm smart and you're dumb. I wish I was there like a little longer to see like, the result and stuff. But as soon as I told him go in the closet, because it has to be because the bathroom is literally when you have an upstairs and downstairs, the bathrooms are usually up and down from each other because they're not the pipes have to run the same way in the same wall for both up and down. Like my kitchen's right here and my bathroom's right above it. So that way the pipes are not going like this to the other wall. It has to go right down that wall and then straight to the pit. Like, how do you not know that? I'm not a plumber and I know that. I guess it's common sense. And this guy is my age. He's my age. And he's been on his own probably like maybe, I don't know. He worked for somebody else years ago, but he's got his own business now. He's probably been on his own for probably like maybe, I don't know, 5 years maybe or more. He might, it's not 10 years. I know it's not 10, but it's close to, it's like maybe 5 or between 5 and like 7 years. But anyway, regardless, like you could tell like he's in La La Land. No common sense. And then these people have their own business. And he's there with a flashlight looking up in the thing. And then when he flashed the light, I said, "There's a fucking a air conditioner disconnect up there." I said, "Why the hell would they put it there?" And he's like, "Oh well, I think I don't know what happened." And then my client was like, "Yeah, there was disconnect. There was actually a manhole here, but we turned the disconnect off and then closed it up." And I was like, "Oh okay." I was like, "Well, they should have a manhole here anyway, so they can like see the P trap, so that way they can change shit." And then you went and closed it up like an idiot. If you left the manhole there, then you could have seen like the leak instead of like mess up the ceiling. But oh well, not my problem. It ain't my problem. So yeah. Hey Dan, how you doing? No problem, Maria. Mucho besos. Don't tell Walt. All right, he's hunting. So it's okay. You can give me some besos then. It's all good. I won't tell nobody. Dan said, "Did you see the plumber's crack?" Yeah, I ain't looking at nobody's crack. Lucky can. She probably would. She probably enjoy it. She ain't seen no crack in a while. But sometimes I think she's on crack, yeah. I might get the rolling eye emoji any minute now. But it's crazy how people are and how weird they are. I told my sister that I saw the guy and she started laughing. Because we know the guy, like, but we don't really like him. He's cool though, but it's just is something about him, like he just irritates me. And that irritated me today. He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's one of those people that think they know what they're talking about, and then you're like, all right, there, buddy. The eyelid channel, yeah, I see the eyelid channel coming soon. Yeah, I can't believe that I feel this way. Like Ever since the time changed, because technically right now it'll be 1:24 instead of 12:24. So I guess I can't believe like an hour does that. Just an hour time change just messes up everything. But mind you, I did, bust my ass doing cut my mom's grass at the house. Then I had to clean up all this shit. I had to fix this fence. Like I had this green like plastic fencing that was fencing off this area by the road, and it came undone from the hurricane. I had to put it back. Man, it was so annoying. It's like a never-ending story, man. I got like so much work to do. Like at my mom's and here, and at one minute it's like great weather. Today the weather was so nice that I had to go work outside and do things outside. I'm glad I did. But tomorrow it's supposed to rain all day, and I'm like, fuck, man. So I said to myself, yeah, tomorrow if it's raining all day, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna clean my whole apartment from top to bottom. I'm gonna really like give it a serious buffing. I washed all my dishes today. I had fresh fish today and some fresh homemade potatoes. Fuck, it was good. It was like when fish doesn't go to the freezer and sitting there for like a week or so or less, it just doesn't taste as good as if it was like fresh, obviously, right? So I got this fish today, fresh. I put it in my fridge. I didn't put it in the freezer. I put it in the fridge. I marinated it, and I ate it like a couple hours later. And with me, my sister, and my nephew, and it was so damn good. And lunch today, I went to my mom's with my nephew and had lunch there. She was happy. She had fish, and we had like chicken wings and potato wedges, and then there was like 4 pieces left, and I said, "Mom, you can have these for your dinner tonight." She was like, "Oh, cool, thank you." Then my sister and my nephew went there later on tonight. My brother was there. So yeah, my mom's getting a good bit of attention from all of us, which is great. So mommy's good. Everybody's okay. So that's good. I'm happy. I'm happy that everybody's actually pitching in to see my mom. That's good. Grapes, meat, cheese, and carrots. I got a big bag. I got not a big bag, but I got a decent sized bag of mixed vegetables today for 4.95. I was like, fuck, this is a miracle. This is the cheapest bag of vegetables I've ever had in my life. I went to get more coffee today. So I only have like a couple cups left. So I went to go get a case of coffee today at the place I like. Diamond's watching the Eyelid channel. You can hear her snoring loud as shit. Must be nice. Oh, right, you're going to the RV park. Oh, cool. Hope you have fun, Tanya. Hey, now, TV dinners. I don't knock TV dinners. I used to eat them all the time. They were so good, but they don't have the type I like anymore. If they did, I'd buy them. They were delicious. You vacuum, got rid of the trash, is ready to go. The house is, yeah. Well, that's good. Hopefully you sell the house. I can't remember what I predicted when you were gonna sell the house. Did I say November or by the end of the year or something like that? I can't remember what Spirit predicted for your house being sold. I can't remember. End of the year? Okay, cool. I said by the end of the year, I feel like your house would be sold. Yeah. So it looks like it's gonna be on track because if you got the open house now and people are actually looking at it, it's November. So maybe, maybe it's gonna actually happen. Yay. Absolutely, Tanya. And I agree with you 100%. You know what you gotta do. As long as you do your part, Spirit will do theirs, and everybody else will be theirs. Yeah, some light bulbs are weird, and some aren't. Yeah, yeah. Oh, nice, Dan. 18.95 is not bad. You gotta add another $10 here if you get a steak. Steaks here are between $28 and $32 for one steak. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Hey, Lisa. All right, cool. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. I have to replace them. They are plastic now. Yeah. I got some lobsters today and some fish. And then I told my mom that on Sunday night she can come here for dinner. Me, my sister, and her, we eat the lobsters. And I might get like a steak so we can split it. And my mom's like, oh my God, I don't want to eat all that. I say, yeah, mom, you eat half a lobster, I'll eat half. And then I'll make a steak and you have half the steak, I have half the steak. So I don't want to eat a whole one. She's like, okay, yeah, okay, I'll try and eat it. I said, look, I just got some nice vegetables and we'll put some stuffing in the lobster and stuff and we'll be good. She's like, okay, we can do that. I was like, good. Okay, cool. I'm glad it worked out for you, Tanya. That's good. I took my 4 foot ladder with me today, so I thought I was gonna need it. Then I said, you know what? I don't really need it. I can just get like a pole with the actual roller on it, and I can reach what I have to do, and I did. I end up taking the ladder for nothing, but it's cool that I bring it. At least if I need it, I can use it. Yeah, the stepping stool is always nice. I have one next door. Well, I've been on here for an hour, and I think I'm gonna go sleep. 'Cause my eyes are like, I still need to get like back into the groove of things. Usually I can hang and stay here forever, but my body's still adjusting to the daylight saving time bullshit. Even though it's been almost a week, but I just been feeling like sleepy. It's weird. I feel so sleepy right now. I just want to go right to sleep. That's what happened last night when I left here. I went upstairs. I prayed, reflected for a minute. Next thing you know, I was out. Like 5 o'clock, I woke up. I was like, I'm gonna go downstairs and take Diamond out to pee, and I'm going back to sleep. And I went back to sleep, and I woke up at like 7, and I was like, yes, thank you. I got more sleep. Hallelujah. So tonight, I'm gonna go sleep. I'm gonna go right now, sleep. I looked at the clock. It says 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, guys. Good seeing you guys. I'll be back here tomorrow. If it's raining tomorrow morning, I might be here early in the morning and chill out with you guys for a bit. But it's supposed to rain all day, apparently. So they say. So if it's raining all day, between cleaning my apartment and coming on here would be my priority. Anyway, you guys, thanks. Have a great weekend if I don't see you. And if I do see you, hopefully we can spend some time together and talk some shit. But I wish you all sweet dreams and a good sleep. Take care, guys. Bye. Good night.